here. FBI, what are you doing here?
Would you like to see what's hidden under the hood?
Don't do anything stupid.
Me? Never.
Before Resident Evil Requiem throws Leon back into the nightmare, one big question hangs in the air. Where was he all this time? Let's trace Leon's last confirmed missions and uncover what he was doing before Requiem begins. Leon's last clearly dated, on-screen mission before Requiem is 2015, during the San Francisco and Alcatraz incident in Resident Evil Death Island. I mean, after that, the series go quiet on him for years. Not he vanished, just his work stayed off camera and classified, which makes total sense for someone in his job. Because by then, Leon isn't some wandering hero anymore. He's a federal counter-bioterror operative, operating inside government command structures. That's consistent across the modern era, where he's repeatedly deployed as the government's fixer when outbreaks intersect with state secrets, high-profile targets, or political fallout. Now, let's build the short runaway that explains what his life looks like heading into Requiem. The last time we saw Leon operating at full tilt. In 2013, Leon was already deep in government service when Resident Evil 6 kicked off. The Tall Oaks incident begins June 29, 2013, and Leon is in the middle of the political nightmare. A sitting US president gets infected. Leon is forced into the most brutal kind of damage control, and the entire situation spirals into global-scale bioterror. If you're wondering why Leon feels heavier, colder, and more tired in later stories, this is one of the biggest reasons. That case is not just monsters anymore. It's betrayal, cover-ups, and watching the system eat people alive. Then in 2014, Resident Evil Vendetta shows the next phase. Leon is still active, still government, still getting pulled into another mass casualty bioterror plot. The story explicitly plays it in 2014, after RE6, and it frames Leon as a guy who's been doing this for too long and is starting to look at the cost. Then 2015 hits with Death Island. Leon is sent to San Francisco on a mission tied to a kidnapped DARPA scientist, and it turns into another city-scale biohazard that drags in multiple legacy characters. I guess the key takeaway here is that Leon is still the guy that the government calls when the situation is too sensitive, too dangerous, or too politically explosive to mess up. So what happens after 2015? After the 2015 San Francisco incident, Leon remains an active federal agent, and his specific assignments are largely not public-facing in the storyline until Requiem. That's literally how Resident Evil treats him in the gap. There is no mainline game between 2015 and 2026 that follows Leon's day-to-day, and Capcom has not filled that span with a big Leon game the way they did with Ethan's arc. So if you're asking, where was Leon? The most accurate response is, he was still in the job, still fighting bioterror behind the curtain, and getting older inside a system that never stops producing outbreaks. Now, let me make that feel real for you. If you've followed Leon since 1998, you know his entire adult life becomes one long chain of containment operations. By the mid-2010s, Leon wasn't reacting like a rookie anymore. He's operating like someone who has seen every flavor of human evil that can hide behind the word national security. So imagine the 2015 fallout. Alcatraz, drones, infection tech. A plot designed to punish the very agencies that keep saving the world. That kind of mission doesn't end with a victory lap. It ends with reports locked away, names buried, and Leon going back to work like nothing happened. And I think that's the point. Leon's whereabouts in the years after 2015 are probably not one dramatic vacation. It's years of deployments, cleanups, quiet investigations, and threat monitoring. Because in the canon, bioterror doesn't stop after San Francisco. The camera just stops following him. Then Requiem pulls him back into the spotlight. By 2026, Resident Evil Requiem brings Leon back as a major playable force again. The game's publicity stated premise centers on Grace Ashcroft investigating, with Leon as the veteran federal agent tied into the case, and it pulls the story back toward the legacy roots connected to the Raccoon City catastrophe. Leon's last confirmed operation before Requiem was San Francisco in 2015. From there until Requiem, Leon is not missing. He is active, but off-screen, still operating as the government's counter-bioterror specialist. When Requiem begins, he is the guy brought in because this new chain of deaths and the location ties are not just another outbreak. It's the kind of case that smells like history repeating itself. So Leon didn't disappear. He stayed in the shadows, still fighting bioterror where cameras never followed. Requiem isn't a comeback story, people. It's a resurfacing. And if history tells us anything, this mission is going to cost him more than ever. So let me throw it back to you. Do you think Leon spent those unseen years trying to outrun the job? Or did the job just keep finding him anyway? Because if Requiem is dragging him back toward the shadow of Raccoon City again, that's not random. That's the series basically telling us that Leon never really left that night in 1998. He just learned how to function inside it.
Dr. Gideon has been expecting you.
You there, Leon?
Yeah.